How did this conversation start between you and Namrata ma'am about creating something unique for Atmann?
So, firstly, when I told them this is something that I'm going to be doing, told both my sisters, the third one's not here. Sadly, if I'd known that this was going to happen, we would have invited her as well. She's been always very open. She was very excited, and she was very
Who?
with it. You
Oh,
that.
acha.
Oh, okay, great! You're doing this. It's interesting, and I made them fill out the blueprint 3 times. And I remember once she's like, please, I can't do it again. There are like 70 questions. And I'm like, I did it for so many years. I was your guinea pig. And
That's
you would
true.
keep putting makeup on me for the 100,000 looks that you wanted to try out. I said, you can fill my blueprint for maybe the third time. So we very diligently did all the redos and the remakes of the blueprint. So I think what really
I think you've forgotten the
helps
question.
me, no, I know what it is that we brainstorm. So she tells me that, do it like this, add this, or why don't you, because she runs her own business as well. And and I ask her a lot of times, I ask her a lot of advice that, with marketing, that how are you handling it? What did you do? And I think that's very important because I learn a lot from her, and I see the way she runs her life and her business, and it gives me a lot of insight as to how I can start, since it's my, I think, third business or second business, because I love starting new businesses. It helps me understand. So yeah, we have that, and
And I also think the fact that when she started this, for Simply Nam, for my own makeup brand, I wanted to do mental wellness for makeup artists. It's a very important project for me. So I wanted to start a podcast and I wanted to do something for the makeup artists, because a lot of people don't realize in the industry what makeup, hair, stylists go through on set. The mental anguish, the long hours, what it does to us emotionally, mentally. So we had started having a conversation about that. And I remember telling her, I said, I'm starting this thing. And then she said, oh, why don't we plug in Atman into it? And I was like, oh, that sounds great, because I would love it if there could be a meditation, not for 25 minutes. I can't do 25-minute meditations, but like a 5-minute meditation.
We have
that
that.
would just calm me down, because there are times when you're working and you get very overwhelmed. Anybody does in any job, but especially for us too. And everybody thinks that, being a makeup artist is very glamorous, but it's actually not. We are everybody's therapist. We are everybody's shoulder to cry on, and it takes a lot out of us. It strips us of our mental health. And sometimes you need something that will just allow you to take those deep breaths, count to 20, and know that you're going to be okay. And I think that's where this Atman and Makeup Connect happened with Shweta.
And when she did give me that idea that, get me 5-minute meditations, we've done that. We have 5-minute meditations on how to calm yourself, gratitude, how to center yourself, because I think more than anything else in the day, when you're very triggered, and I use the word triggered not in the negative sense that Janki keeps saying it's a very good word. Janki's a psychologist, she's somewhere here. And so when she says that, triggered though is a negative connotation, in this sense, I'm saying triggered in the sense when in your ordinary day, when you're going through so much of angst, you're overwhelming, your day is overwhelming, these meditations help you bring back yourself.
Yes.
Bring you back to your center. And when you told that to me, that you don't want to sit and do 10 minutes or 15
We
minutes.
don't have that kind
at
of time.
So,
I can take out 5 minutes, go to the washroom and do a meditation if I
Yes.
have to. I unfortunately cannot take out 15
You can do
minutes.
this anywhere. You can just put in your headphones
Yeah.
and you can just close your eyes.
And I love
you're
the
in it.
meditation, honestly. It was just very centering, which is what I needed.
Yes.
And very calming for someone like me, because I run very hyper at all times. Like I'm always like ready to go. And sometimes I need that person or that meditation to pull me back and say, okay, you really need to calm the shit down,
Yes.
because
Yes.
you're like
Yes.
making everybody agitated
Yes.
around you.
Yes.
And I think that's what it does for me. And I think having a platform like this, which can help me find my balance, center me, and do it in my time,
Yeah.
not having to come to a place to do it, because I'm very lazy.
Yeah.
I will not do that.
Yeah, so we need to start our online sessions soon.
Yes, so I
because-
think for someone like me, because I'm always on the run, I'm always traveling, I can do online any day. Like even when
Yes.
people say, can you please do a podcast? I'm like, can I do it online? I would do 100 podcasts a day if I
Yeah.
had to do it online.
Yeah, so we are doing
Yeah.
our online sessions as well, but not right now. I think for us, we want to educate and we want to give out this information that the blueprint is the core of the Atmann Project.
Yeah.
It is what, because till you don't know who you are as a human being, you don't know how to seek that help.
And
It took
honestly, when I
me-
did your Atman blueprint, some of the answers surprised me, what I picked.
Right,
I would be like,
exactly.
really? I picked
Yes.
this?
Yes.
And, out of the options that were given to me, there were amazing options that covered pretty much everything. But I remember when I was going through it, I said, I never would have thought that, because you actually have to think about who
Yes.
you are.
Yes.
You have to think about what your reaction to something, because those are
Yeah.
reactions that you're giving
Yes.
to a question, an answer, questionnaire. And I never realized that some of my answers would be that,
Yes.
honestly.
Yes.
It was very eye-opening for me.
Yes, and which is the reason why why are we different? Like someone will come to me and say, "Why should I fill your blueprint? There are so many quizzes and there are so many psychology-based tests that we can do to understand ourselves." So, the difference with the blueprint is that it tells you your strengths and your emotional barriers, and no other tests
Yes.
on this earth can tell you what are your strengths that you've acquired in your, maybe it's 15 years, 20, 30 or 50 years of living, and what your emotional barriers are.
Yeah.
Because if I ask you off the bat, you will have maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, you'll say, oh yeah, I'm good at this and this is my weakness. But what we do with the blueprint, and we've really studied it and researched it, and we have come up with a set of strengths and emotional barriers that a human being suffers from and enjoys. And this is what makes the foundation of the Atmann Project.
And I'll tell you, in my experience, I remember around 2 years ago, I was feeling my life was going very well. My brand is doing well. Everything was fine. But I was just sad all the time. And I couldn't figure out why I was sad. I just couldn't. And I wish you guys had it at that point, but you didn't. I had to seek other ways of understanding why I was going through what I was going through. Because everything was great in my life. I'm happy in my marriage. I was happy with my work. I'm doing great work. But there was this underlying sadness which was there in every single aspect of my life. And I would wake up feeling fine, but I knew I wasn't fine. So I think a lot of times people don't realize that they're going through something.
Yes.
And filling out something like a blueprint gives me a lot of clarity. I might not even want to do a session, but it gives me a lot of clarity as to where I stand in my life at that point and the decisions I'm making in my life at that point.
Right. And also with the blueprint, I think we're just going on talking, so I'm going to finish this really fast. Also with the blueprint, what we also do is, along with your strengths and your emotional barriers, we also tell you what your unique gifts and abilities are, what your sole purpose is in this lifetime, what is your sole direction, where are you heading. Because I believe that along with your mental health, there's something which is your spiritual health. And if you see in the West, there's a lot of spirituality and psychology now being used. Because the whole point is that you're not just one person, you're amalgamation of your mental, emotional, spiritual, energetic self.
But I also think that
and
changes
self.
over decades of your life.
Yes,
right?
it does. So what we are doing is that blended it together. We've blended in psychology, your mental state, and we've blended in spirituality, which is, again, how do you know what you're suffering till you don't acknowledge it? Half the battle is won, actually,
When you
acknowledge that, yes, this is what I'm suffering from, or this is what I need help with. And what we do is we give you a little bit of that and say that come to us. You don't have to do all 21 sessions. Start with 3.
Yep.
Start with a week. Start with understanding your emotions, because we go from there. We start from understanding your emotions to your inner child healing to shadow work. And these may be very new words for people to understand.
No, but I'll tell you something very honestly. Every time somebody has to work on me on something or the other, they'll be like, "You're really messed up. You need 24 sessions, or you need 48 sessions, or you need 104 sessions." And I'm like, and then my sister, who I think is more messed up than me, not you, Priya Day, or even you need one session. I'm like, what? I said, I'm the most sorted sister out of the three, but they need 1 or 2 sessions and I need 24 sessions to feel better. So it really pisses me off a lot when someone tells me that you have to do 21 sessions. I'm really glad that you're giving the option of 3 sessions to start with, because I think it also allows a person to understand how they're going to feel with those sessions and whether they want to take it forward or not.
Yes. And our sessions are actually a lot of fun. They're a mixture of art and movement. Disha, who's our therapist, who will be heading these sessions, she is a movement therapist, and she's wonderful because...
and would you be doing these online as well?
Eventually, yes. But we are doing this in person now, because I feel that anything related to mental, emotional wellness needs to be...
I agree to an extent. I agree to an
touch.
extent, but sometimes some people can't make it.
Yes. So once we are working towards our online sessions as well, but we wanted to start off in person, because we feel, and the reason why I even do them as group sessions is because I don't want this to be a lonely process, because healing is a lonely process. I want that if I'm suffering and you are suffering, let's suffer together and let's heal together.
And let's heal together, for sure.
Yes. So what we've done with the Atmann Project is our sessions are a mix of, as I've already spoken, spiritual and psychology, movement, art, all of it. And it's also nutrition. So we are also focusing on so it is a 360 degrees. What you put into your body, how you look, and what is inside, which is your emotions. So which is what came to makeup, is when I said that's the most important thing, because today people don't even know what foundation to use, what color suits their face, when they're going out for an important meeting, what kind of makeup or what look they should put for themselves. I know women who've got difficult skin, and how do they cover up that skin? And all these things are small things which we take for granted, but they are a sum of your insecurities as well, which is why I asked you if you could, have your academy, because you have a lot of young makeup artists, if they can, one of them can come and hold sessions for our people to understand how they can do better for themselves.
Yeah, I think, doing a couple of hours of just teaching them how makeup can, small little tweaks, the right blush for your skin, the right foundation color for your skin, just filling up your brows, learning how to curl your lashes. These are the small little things that can just give you so much of confidence. So these sessions with Atmann are going to be very informative, but at the same time, give you a lot of joy and love and make you love makeup at the end of the day. A lot of people are very scared of makeup. They feel, oh my God, you only have to do makeup because you're stepping out for an event or a function or somebody's wedding. Makeup doesn't have to be occasion-based. Makeup is something that you use right places at the right time to enhance your natural beauty. And that will give you so much of power and strength in your everyday life. That's what we're here for, to partner with Atmann to be able to take you to the next level.
I feel that this is my opinion, and I come from only my lived experiences. I'm not a psychologist, so I will not come from there, but I believe that what you are is what you show to the world, and what you are inside shines on your face. And I feel that if you can have that little bit of help from makeup and how the right way to make yourself look beautiful, you will feel beautiful, and that feeling is what will shine in your face. So yes, that is my connection with makeup, and this is pretty much, I'll tell you something. I have not worn any makeup today, but I've had people come to me when I've put makeup, say, oh my God, you look so different. And I'm like, oh wow, that's great. So that sense of confidence that you feel when you have, it's like an armor that you put on your face that gives you that little edge of saying that I can face this world and I can face it with a lot more strength. That's the connection with makeup.
For sure, makeup can help you heal. I'll give you my example. I'm someone who does not wear makeup at all, in the sense no foundation or concealers or anything on the skin. I will wear blush, I will wear lipsticks, I will wear tinted lip oils, I will do my brows, because I was always very, confident of my skin. My skin was everything, I look after it. And when I had my hormonal issues, because I was doing my IVF and I was doing all of that, and my skin went for a toss, I was like, how do I face the world? Okay. And honestly, I started using a little bit of concealer. I started using a little bit of foundation every day. And the confidence it gave me when I was stepping out, it healed me from looking at myself in the mirror and saying, okay, I look presentable. I look like someone who I'm happy to see in the mirror, which was very important for me. I was not getting ready for the whole world out there. I was getting ready for myself. And the minute I started getting ready for myself is when that healing started for me. And I think that it's the same for every single person out there. So you don't really put makeup for the whole world. You put it for yourself. And if you learn how to do that correctly, it can really change the way. It can really change the way you look at yourself. So what will you learn during the makeup module with Atmann? You will learn how to figure out what your skin type is, whether you have combination skin. We will give you an idea as to the right products to use. We will tell you what works on your face. So if you have beautiful eyes, we will teach you how to enhance those eyes. If you have problematic skin, we will teach you how to cover up that problematic skin. So it'll be a beautiful masterclass on using the right products in the right places to give you that confidence to face the day every day.